Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video where today we are talking about some of the new announcements for Dead by Daylight and what they mean. Just really quickly, if my voice sounds weird, it is because I am still sick. Either that or I got sick again and now I can't speak properly, so yay. Now I'm sure you and I both know that FNAF was recently teased, and that's super cool, but a lot of people are disappointed with it because it is just cosmetics. At least that's what we think it is anyway. It hasn't been confirmed to be just cosmetics, but it's more than likely due to the fact they've teased it in the way of like the same way they tease like Attack on Titan and all that other fun stuff that they're teasing with just the cosmetics has always been Dead by Daylight X this and Dead by Daylight X that and whatnot. But I don't necessarily think that solely confirms that it's just cosmetics. Now when we got the Ringu and the Resident Evil crossover, they teased these in the same way. They teased them with Dead by Daylight X Resident Evil and Dead by Daylight X Ringu and whatnot. Ringu is Sadako, by the way. You can see it from the images on screen that very clearly these look different, like they're confirmed like chapters. But I think that there's a potential that just due to the time restraints, like FNAF releases in 2025, that's a fucking while away, to be honest. Definitely a while to be teasing it this early. Obviously Dead by Daylight themselves is really hyped up about it and then just get it out. Or maybe, you know, Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF has decided like, oh, tease it now. Like, you know, I'm sure it was up to one of them, but they came to an agreement. They teased it now instead of later. So potentially they could have done this little X thing, this little crossover Dead by Daylight X FNAF thing, and it could potentially wind up as a chapter and not just cosmetics. But I'm not saying it is 100% a chapter at all. I definitely wouldn't say you can rule it out yet. I'd say it is more likely to be something that other than just cosmetics. If not a chapter, we can at least get some sort of in-game event or something like that. In conclusion, what I'm saying is most likely it is cosmetics, but because of how far away this chapter is from releasing, like it's beyond the amount we'd have to wait for a normal, sorry, I say chapter, but cosmetics or whatever you want to believe they are, is like the amount of time between now and when it's releasing is like more than the time Dead by Daylight needs to fully flesh out a chapter and release it. Like it is a huge time jump, so I wouldn't say it can stick to cosmetics just yet, especially since we have already got in, like, you know, chapters in the past that have been Dead by Daylight X this or Dead by Daylight X that, and it definitely seems more sort of likely with video game licenses that they do this. They didn't do it with Silent Hill, but they did it with Resident Evil, and it's, you know, it's enough to not rule it out as a chapter. So I wouldn't say that I'm not saying to get your hopes up, but I'm certainly not saying to just sort of be like, you know, just cosmetics, because there's still a chance. Small chance, but a chance nevertheless. Next up, if you haven't heard already, we're getting a crossover with the Boulet Brothers. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I know it's a reality TV show. I know it's got a bunch of possibilities for cosmetics, which is cool. I also know it is just cosmetics. There is no chapter or anything. But with the vast amount of cosmetics this could potentially hold for us, there looks like there's a chance we'll be getting a couple skins with custom Moris and some stuff like that. But yeah, either way, this one looks pretty cool. I'm not excited for it. I'm not excited for it because I've never seen it before. But yeah, definitely a cool addition. It's coming in the fall of this year. Now, one more thing that is going to be kind of cool for the Dead by Daylight community, especially if you're into this show itself, is that Dead by Daylight is being featured in one of the upcoming episodes, which is pretty exciting for most people. Alrighty. On to the next thing. Next up, the March 2025 chapter could possibly be Kayako from The Grudge. The reason I believe this is because, one, it is just a killer, a single killer. It is confirmed to be licensed, and at least I believe it has been confirmed to be a license. And the Grudge's 25th anniversary is also in March of 2025. There are some other rumors on this online, but that's my reasoning anyway. The other ones are more in depth. However, I don't really have too much on the subject, but I still think it's enough to at least try to obtain the chapter. And yes, I already know we have Sadako from The Ring, but these two are different in their own way. I'm like, you know, Kayako has her like death rattle and stuff like that, and Sadako is just different. In aspects, they're both different. They actually both had kind of like a Jason vs. Freddy type fight a few years ago, which is pretty funny. But yeah. So yeah, The Grudge can make a really awesome chapter in Dead by Daylight, in my opinion. It would just be one of those classical horror things and rival with Ringo and whatnot, and it would just be pretty awesome. But yeah, we can also, again, expect that FNAF crossover to not just be cosmetics, but to potentially be a chapter. Definitely a cool idea. I do sort of believe that it can be a chapter after a little bit of speculating, after just looking online and whatnot. The fact is, it really could be, just the way that it's all set out and the way that it's so far away, like far away enough for them to turn it into a chapter from what it is now. They probably wouldn't even have anything in development for it. They just know they have the rights, and then both sides would have agreed to reveal it this early. And that's sort of where I think they're at right now with the in the licensing. It's just, hey, you want this license? Yes, I do. Give me that. That's basically where I'd assume we're at right now, because it's too early to confirm what we're getting, who we're getting, fucking if we do get a chapter, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, I do believe there's a massive, major chance that we could be getting something other than just a couple cosmetics for a few killers and survivors. Because another thing I'm pretty sure of is, like, Dead by Daylight would know this. I don't think they'd settle for cosmetics themselves. Maybe they would just to get it in the game. Maybe after months and months and months of trying to obtain the license. Maybe the you know, Scott was only open to giving them cosmetics, if that's the case, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's a chapter. Anyway, with all that speculating out the way, this does end the video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, smash like and tickle that subscribe button for me, because that would make me happy. Yeah, have a good day or night depending on where you live, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.